Hi guys, it's been a while since my last review. It's been things have been pretty crazy over here. So without further ado, anyway, this is the video review for the Transformers Age of Extinction series Takara Special Edition Black Knight Scorn. So I got this from Asia from my last haul that I've shown you guys in my Optimus Primal review. Really excited to open this guy up to review the new paint scheme for this figure for you guys. So in terms of packaging, is the same as the old Scorn packaging, with just like a black and orange figure theme underneath here. You see Black Knight Scorn, you see the limited edition sign here, some Japanese writing, movie advanced toy line series also outlined here. Transformers logo on the side, and then basically the packaging is pretty much the same besides a repainted figure for Scorn at the very back. So without further ado, let's get this guy open and see how good of a figure he is. So here you have Scorn straight out of its packaging. So I have to say the paint scheme on this guy is absolutely magnificent. It's really nice. So you have the orange shoulder detail, orange kind of like a shoulder bone detail here on the robot chest, and a bit of his upper shoulders, upper body parts. There's the Autobot logo. Paint schemes, there's plastic silver. There's also some plastic silver around here. You have the red eyes on a dino head. Metallic silver or metal kind of jaw, and then kind of like I wouldn't say most of the body paint is black, it's more like a kind of like a darker shade of gray, I would say. You have some gray thins, these are rubber plastic, gray thins, orange stripes, then you got this metallic gray tail with a metallic silver blade that can be easily attached, like so. Then you have the gunmetal, kind of gunmetal greenish gray dino chest, dino arms, and that's pretty much it. The rest of the figure is basically that dark shade of kind of gray color all over. Really nice paint. In terms of articulation and dino mode, the jaw you can open it up and down, you can close it. You can move the head up and down. Through the neck, you can move it right or left. A lot of head movement. Very good head articulation. And this is basically the one of his arms in his robot mode as well. So it'll be the same articulation in robot mode. Tail, you can move it, kind of twist it 360 if you really want. You can move it up and down. And that's pretty much it. This is a rubber plastic piece, so it is flexible, but you can't really bend it in a way. Dino hands, ball joint. No waist movement though on the dino mode. It's just this, and then you either gotta pose it like that and twist your neck, or pose on the side and twist the neck. So feet, no feet movement, but the thighs are on a ball joint, I believe. Yep. But you can't really move it too much. There's very limited movement on the thigh. Legs, on the knees, you can kind of twist it outwards if you want, up and down. And here's one thing I don't really like about the figure. When you're trying to move this up and down, this whole piece that detaches right here. So you gotta kind of hold your other finger in here and kind of move it like that. Again, no feet movement. And that's pretty much it for the dino articulation and the dino paint scheme. So really nice paint scheme. I really like the coloring so far. So without further ado, let's get this guy transformed into his robot mode and see how good of a figure he is. So the transform Scorn's not too bad. So first thing I usually do is I unpeg the fins first. So the fins are actually pegged to the shoulders, the robot shoulders, through this kind of little plastic piece that sticks into the hole of the a tiny plastic whole piece here on the shoulder. So what I usually do is I unpeg it right away and I twist it so that this little plastic piece will now peg onto the back here on the small piece. Do it the same for the other side. It's rubber plastic, so it's relatively easy to pull out and twist. And basically you have the back done. That's pretty much it. You can kind of angle it outwards like that to make it a smoother transformation. Next, what I usually do is I unpeg the dino chest piece. So just kind of push it out and then tuck it out, and then the whole piece will collapse like that. And then on the feet, at the back here, remember when I try to move the thigh, the whole piece fell out. It's part of the transformation, so you can kind of move it all the way out like that. And then what you can do is you can actually twist the whole bottom piece now, like so. And then as you twist it, I'm pretty sure you guys noticed the shoulder and the head kind of moved upwards along with the twist. The head won't move all the way up, so you gotta pull it out like that. And then basically just kind of move his shoulders down, and you basically have his upper body done. Next, you can move on back to the legs. Kind of just tuck the backpack or the dino chest piece into the back like that, and then move the feet up if you want, and then rotate the legs back down like so. Oops. And here's the other thing, because this thigh piece moves, so maybe you should lock this piece in first and then move the dino feet down. Now to transform it back to robot feet, you flap these two pieces downwards first. And then basically it's just a variety of twist joints where you have to kind of untangle the whole feet. So first you want to move it down like so, and then push the whole feet in. So it's a two joint process. So same thing here, just kind of push it all the way down with the first joint here, and then there's a second joint in here. Just push it in. And then lastly, flip the dino feet, the middle toe here, flip it into the front. And that basically forms the robot feet. So it's pretty much done. The only thing left is to transform the head to the hand. So basically you just gotta turn the whole head the other way around, open the jaw fully, like so, and then you can basically flip the hand down, like so. And then basically what you can do is pull the blade out, and then he can carry the blade on his hand. And you have Scorn transformed and ready in its robot mode. Like Scorn transformed in its robot mode. I have to say there's virtually no difference between this figure and the Hasbro version besides the paint detail. So the first thing I would want to do is let's compare him straight to the Hasbro version. So obviously besides the paint detail that's different, nothing else is different. The fins, the head, articulation, tail, blade, every single piece is the same, besides the paint scheme. So if you're wondering what you're paying for the Black Knight Scorn, the only thing you're really paying for is the extra premium detailing paint. That's it. Now, back to the figure itself. In terms of the paint apps, it's virtually the same as the dinosaur mode. There are two additional things that have appeared out of the transformation. So one, on the thighs, you see the metallic paint on the side here. And on the waist joint kind of, or the abdomen, you see kind of like the silver, copper metallic painting detail on the bottom. And lastly, obviously the head. It's a blue visor and a silver face mask, which is similar to the Hasbro version. Hasbro version exactly has a, I guess you can call it like a turquoise light green on the Hasbro version, but it's basically similar, a silver face mask. Articulation wise, same thing as the dinosaur mode, but I guess with a bit of a twist. So obviously the shoulders now, you can twist it 360 on both sides. Head, it's on a twist joint, it's not on a ball joint. You can twist the 360. I'm not going to show it, but you can actually do it 360. I just don't want to kind of loosen the head joint. In terms of waist, you can turn it a bit. I wouldn't say the whole way through, but just a bit. Because once you turn it to a certain angle, the head just pops back down. So I wouldn't say it goes the whole way. And in terms of his legs, obviously the thighs on a ball joint, knees up and down, and no feet movement again. So similar to the Dino mode. And I think that's pretty much it. Oh yes, this hand. So both hands are different. Obviously this one only has a tail and moves similar to the Dino mode. On this hand you can twist the neck. So same thing as the Dino mode had. You can twist the neck, move it up and down, and the hands you can move it inner or outer. That's pretty much it. You can't really do anything else. Sometimes I prefer to have him not hold the sword and just kind of convert it back to the Dino head to give it a Beast Wars Megatron feel. And sometimes I think it actually looks cooler like that, but that's just my preference. A lot of people pose Scorn differently, so it's really up to you, whatever you want. But per the instructions, this is basically what you're supposed to do. Put his hand out and then he can hold the blade with this hand. And obviously the blade, if you don't want him to hold it, you can store it on his tail, just like so. You just slip the whole blade in. It holds in there pretty tightly. There's like 2 grooves here that kind of holds the handle and it doesn't fall down, which is pretty nice. So yeah, that's pretty much for robot mode. Nothing extraordinary in terms of playability, but posability, there's a lack of twist joints or kind of like a ball joint movement on the feet, on the hands, but you can kind of compensate it by the ball joints on the thigh and the rotational joints on the shoulders. So yeah. So without further ado, let's get him transformed back to his Dino mode, and we'll go through our conclusion on this figure. So to transform him back, just kind of line his 2 shoulders up, push his whole tail up like so, and then kind of reverse back his hands, push this handpiece in, close Dino mouth, turn the whole Dino head upwards, and you basically have his main Dino body ready. And then next, you can go ahead and lift this middle piece up, and then kind of flip the toes inwards to form his Dino feet again. And then you can flip the 2 thigh pieces in, and then you can kind of collapse his Dino feet. So you just basically want to do push this all the way in first, and then twist this in. So do the same thing for this side. Just kind of push this twist joint all the way in first, and then push it in like so. And then basically you can turn this whole waist joint this way, push his head down, and just make sure you lift this piece up here, and then you lift the whole kind of crotch piece here all the way up. So you can flip it up. I think it would be easier if you kind of move the Dino legs like so. And you can just flip it up like so. And then push the head all the way down. Make sure everything's closed. Flap this whole kind of upper chest piece in, and then unpeg it from the front, and then peg it back to the shoulders like so. So unpeg it from here and then peg it back to the shoulders. And just kind of line everything up. And then lastly, take the dino chest piece, flap the dino hands down, and then basically you'll see this hole here. This basically pegs into the neck plastic piece here. Kind of just close it and make sure it pegs. Like so. And straighten the feet, straighten the hands, straighten the tail. Kind of arrange it. And you have Scorn back in its dino mode. So overall, I really like this figure. I actually like the Scorn mold the most out of the whole Age of Extinction Deluxe toy line. I like Scorn's figure the most as well, not just because of his character, because the playability, the transformation's fun, and it's just one of the best toys in that toy line in my opinion. In terms of coloring, it's really nice. Articulation, playability, all that. To me, it's pretty decent. I wouldn't say it's the best, but it's decent. Again, no major difference between this one as the Hasbro version. And just for another size comparison, if you guys are wondering, I have my Nemesis Grimlock right here. So comparing to a Voyager, he's actually not that much smaller on the Dino mode. He's maybe 2/3 of a Voyager Grimlock figure. So really nice. And the main body paint, again, it's not really like a dark black like the Nemesis Grimlock. It's kind of like a grayish, lighter shade of black. But overall, really nice figure. I would highly recommend anyone interested in this Black Knight line to pick it up. There has been a release on Slug, and there is going to be another release for a Black Knight Strafe. That's coming out, I think, in December. So stay tuned. I'm probably going to review both of them later on. I did order Strafe, so Strafe is on its way. But yeah, so overall, a really nice figure. If you guys have any questions or additional comments, leave it down below. Again, subscribe to my channel. More reviews are coming up. Thanks very much for watching.